Do you ever wonder what the differences are between inflation and recession? This video will explain the differences between inflation and recession. We will also give some tips on how to survive during challenging times of inflation and recession, such as what we're currently having. What is inflation? Simply put, inflation is the result of rising prices for goods and services. The fact that the same amount of money doesn't go as far as it once did can be difficult for customers. While prices are rising in an inflationary atmosphere, your earnings or salary may not always rise at the same rate, which basically means that your money is now worth less than it was before. Inflation is the condition that the majority of us are currently experiencing. The Consumer Price Index (CPI), which tracks the price of certain products and services over time, is the most used tool for measuring inflation. The CPI is described in the following fashion by the Bureau of Labor Statistics in its reports. What is recession? Everyone prefers to avoid thinking about recessions. Furthermore, when inflation is high, you can start to worry that a recession is on the horizon or that one has already begun. Recessions and inflation, however, are not always tied to one another. When a country's economy isn't doing well, a recession occurs. High unemployment rates, a decline in economic activity, and a potential downturn in the stock market are all current issues. Finding a consensus definition of what a recession is, however, is difficult. Your wage probably hasn't increased at the same rate as inflation, so it seems sense that your budget could be having trouble keeping up. What steps can you take to prevent spending more money than you have? Don't give up. By using these 7 suggestions, you'll be able to more easily afford the things you require. Number 1. Cut back on unnecessary spending. Examine your weekly and monthly spending to see if there are any areas where you may make savings. Do you have a monthly subscription that you may cancel, such as an unused fitness club membership, monthly beauty box, or streaming movie or music service? Do you use a cleaning service or a groundskeeper for your home or yard? Till prices start to drop, think about performing these tasks on your own. If you commute to work, bring a lunch from home rather than eating out. Even the slightest cost reduction over time might pile up significantly. Number 2. Buy groceries a little differently. Changing the way you grocery buy might have a significant financial impact. Consider choosing the store brand or generic versions of a product if you often buy name brand items. You could save 20 to 25 by doing this on essentially the same product. Consider buying the same goods in the frozen foods section rather than buying fresh fruits, vegetables, and meats. They could cost you up to 50% less while being just as healthy and lasting longer. Number 3. Lower your household's energy costs. It may get very expensive to keep the lights on, the water running, and the temperature at a suitable level. Small changes to the way you use energy at home could cut your overall bill by up to 25%. Fixing drafty doors and windows, adjusting the thermostat a few degrees in the summer and a few in the winter, replacing incandescent light bulbs with LED ones, buying energy-efficient appliances, taking shorter showers, washing your clothes in cold water, and repairing leaky faucets and ductwork are just a few easy things you can do. Number 4. Avoid wasting gas. Currently, the price of a tank of gas can range from $50 to $100 or more depending on the sort of vehicle you drive. By effectively arranging your excursions and errands, you can let each tank last longer. Try compiling a list of everything you need for the week and making one big trip to the grocery store rather than going every day. If you have several errands to run, plan your stops as efficiently as you can to save petrol. When you are driving, think about lowering your speed by 5 to 10 miles per hour. Your fuel economy could increase by as much as 14% as a result. Additionally, when you're in the school drop-off line, switch off your automobile. Half a gallon of gas can be consumed each hour by an idle car. Number 5. Pay down your credit card. You'll have more money to spend on the things you need and want right now once you've paid off your monthly debt payments from previous purchases. Although paying more than the minimum each month will help you pay off your debt more quickly, it's crucial to make at least the required minimum payments on your obligations each month. Make sure you don't take on more debt by making purchases using cash as well. Number 6. Increase your income. Another strategy to pay for the rising cost of goods and services is to increase your monthly income. Think about requesting a raise from your current employer. The lowest possible response is no. Or perhaps you have a pastime that you could convert into a successful side business. Selling any unwanted objects that are lying about your house gathering dust is another strategy to increase the amount of money in your wallet. Number 7. Set money aside for savings. Even though it's getting harder to pay for the things you need now, it's still crucial to invest in your future self by saving money. The majority of financial professionals concur that you should have 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses saved up in an emergency savings account to handle unanticipated events like a job loss, medical emergency, or house repair. Start putting money aside for emergencies right away if you don't already have one. Even if you can only afford to save a tiny amount each month, the total amount you save over time will be substantial. Once you can afford it, make sure to boost your savings rate. Number 8. Negotiate some of your bills. Contacting your service providers now is the ideal moment to try and negotiate prices for things like electricity, insurance payments, and especially any unpaid medical bills you may have. There are a ton of bills that go unpaid because so many people are out of work. And believe it or not, most businesses would prefer to give you a lower rate or let you settle past due bills for a lower balance so they can recoup some of the balance rather than taking the chance that you won't pay anything at all. Number 9. Stick to a budget. If you don't already have one, maybe the most effective thing you can do to survive this recession. Maintaining a budget does not indicate poor money management. Budgets enable you to spend more money on the things that are most important to you and manage your finances more effectively. Use a free budgeting app to get started, calculate your monthly income, and make sure to include all of your expenses, even the unforeseen ones. Try to account for miscalculations, savings, and entertainment. Number 9. Take advantage of sales. You have probably seen pictures of the numerous freighters anchored in the ocean and heard about the problems with the global supply chain. These reasons are driving us to start experiencing shortages of meat, other food items, and basic domestic goods like cleansers and toilet paper once more at the grocery stores. Planning your weekly shopping trip intentionally will help you better prepare and enable you to stock up on essentials when they are discounted. When making your meal plan, quickly check your refrigerator, cabinets, and pantry to determine if you have all the necessary ingredients. Number 10. Visit local. When going on vacation on a budget, consider checking out local spots you may have not visited before, like local parks and beaches, or amusement park. You may stay at a place where you can drive instead of flying to stay within your budget. Check out discount websites for accommodation and promotion. Number 11. Have a backup plan. A carefully thought-out financial strategy might not be sufficient to survive inflation. It can be advantageous to have a backup strategy in place in case you require quick access to money. Let's say you have a $1,000 emergency fund. Your vehicle malfunctions and requires numerous repairs. Inflation has increased the cost of both car parts and repair bills, or in the event that you or your loved one gets sick. Number 12. Consider large purchases carefully. Due to supply chain delays for goods like gypsum, copper, steel, and lumber, home improvements are at the top of the list. Waiting out the increased material costs may be wise if you can put off a kitchen or bathroom renovation. A new or used car is another item to consider. The brains of your car, microchips, are in limited supply, which has resulted in a dearth of new and used car inventories at dealerships. Of all, we all require transportation, so if a car is necessary, buy one. Just be aware that your costs can increase slightly. In order to help you navigate how to survive inflation, Popular Bank offers a number of personal banking solutions, including personal finance choices, whether you're wanting to purchase a home, make renovations, or buy a new car. Number 13. Develop a love for coupons. Right now, you probably need all the assistance you can get with your shopping cost, but you don't have to pick up a physical copy every week to discover where you can save the most. Thankfully, large retailers like Metro, Loblaws and Walmart still offer flyers, the ones your parents or grandparents read faithfully for the latest bargains. Without leaving your house, you may compare prices from multiple stores at once using a nap-like flip. Everyone can save money on food, even food that is nearly out of date yet still edible. Some of these applications serve as shopping lists as well. One cashback coupon app that sticks out in particular is Checkout 51, which lets you redeem discounts by scanning your receipts after making a purchase. Despite how convenient they may seem, coupon applications do have drawbacks. They serve as marketing tools. To some extent, it frequently induces you to make purchases that you otherwise wouldn't make. In the end, I believe it is up to the person to ensure they are following their grocery list and, ideally, having some form of a meal plan. I hope this video helps you cope with ongoing economic situation this 2022. Do you have any tips to get through tough times like this? Drop a comment below.